Are we live?
Live.
Ooh, how exciting.
Hello, guys. Welcome. It's boys' night.
I've got such a mixture of emotions that, because I know that we're deep in it, as my students would say tonight,
Deep in it.
deep in it, which means, going deep on an emotional one. I'm like,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
yeah, I know. They'll go, yeah, don't get me wrong, I know I'm deep in it. That's what they'll say to me. But yeah, it's like I'm excited, but I'm also kind of apprehensive because I feel like there's so much pain behind the stories that we're going to share.
I mean, so to some transparency, I've not seen any of them. I've been very careful to. You've taken the wheel
Yeah,
with this
I'm going to say I
episode.
quite like this because you get to show your reactions, that those kind of authentic first.
Yeah.
Um, but through pain, we alchemize and evolutionize into our um, purpose, don't we? And the people that we are born to be. So I suppose that
What is alchemizing?
magic,
Magic.
yeah, kind of like the phoenix coming from the flames.
Right. So we understand that women are magical and beautiful. And today is about recognizing that men are too, right? We might complain about them because God, you do some things that annoy us
We're keeping all of that under wraps tonight, though, aren't we?
to celebrate you because we love you realistically. We want you around. We want you happy and healthy. And there is currently a huge crisis with men.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, that we want our counterparts happy and healthy. And
Yeah,
we've both got our own strengths, and it's lovely if we can bring those together and work together instead of this whole kind of who's better and who should be
definitely.
higher up in the power struggle. It's like, no, it's not about that.
I know I'm very guilty of having that feminist men hating attitude sometimes, but it comes from a societal issue, but it
Mm.
also comes from like I care because you men are my fathers, you are my brothers, you are my partners, you will be my son, and I care for
Yeah.
your well-being because I want to live harmoniously with you, not against you. And so as a feminist, that's where I stand. Equality, that we all are heard and understood and our needs are met.
I'm always really pushy that men should understand feminism, though, that it's not about um, women becoming higher in the balance. It's that equitable thing where
Yeah.
to achieve equality we have to have alternative support measures. There's some things that men find easier than us. There's some things that we find easier because of the way that our brains are wired, because of our genetics. And that's absolutely fine. And I think men should be feminists because they've got mothers and sisters and daughters
Exactly.
and partners. So
I agree. And unfortunately, I know there's the strong movement, the right at the minute in America and all that. We don't need to get into any of that. I think one problem is that feminism is obviously portrayed to women on the internet if you're trying to look for sources. Very little uh, content is directed at men explaining that it is also for them in a
yeah,
non-judgmental way. All the ones that do that seem to still put them down.
yeah,
So I feel like as women, what do we know? So this episode has been taken over
yeah.
by some fabulous males in this community throughout this beautiful earth that we live on right now to share their own messages and to help us and hopefully more men out there that are in need of some support or don't quite realize that they need the support now. They don't. I know a lot of men sit in denial and women
Mm.
thinking, I'm doing fine. What do I need to be? Maybe this just sparks a little bit of a question mark in your
Yeah.
brain, and that's all I want.
And the cool thing about tonight is as well that it includes signposting. So it's not just the reason that we chose these men to approach and ask them for a little video message was because they'd also got something to offer, or some kind of
Yeah,
community, some kind of advocacy or whatever it was, so that it's not just a case of, here's some hopeful advice and tips from a face you recognize because they're famous. This is people that are on the ground, that are living lives like
yeah.
us, walking amongst us, but also offer something that, if especially if you're local in Leicestershire, there's some face-to-face groups that we'll be telling you about as well.
Yeah, definitely. And even if it inspires you, if you live further away, maybe to look for a similar group within your area,
Or
they
start
might
up a
exist.
similar group.
It's a great idea. Start one. So, where do we start? Shall I? You tell me. You tell me what we're doing.
Well, if
Should we start the
we,
intro?
yes, let's start with the intro and hit the like button on this video. Let's get this video reaching many, many eyes.
It's boys' night. Welcome back. It's men's day, men's night, boys' night.
Hey,
Boys.
let's hear it for the boys.
If that's too accurate, we will get claimed.
Of course, we're so accurate.
Hey, Anna.
Good evening. Lovely to have you. Please hit the like button.
We've also had a lovely message from Kananaski's country. Am I saying that right? Kananaski. Saying, have a great day, which I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I hope you're having a great day too. And that continues.
Had a great day.
Do you know what? I'm tired.
I'm actually really tired today. I was driving out. I thought I feel kind of like that drained tired. Not unhappy or anything like that, but just like my battery level's quite low.
Yeah, that's literally how I feel. I feel like, and it's, you know, you get to that level of tired where it is written all over me. There's no like makeup or concealer that can quite hide it.
Which is good because we've got all these videos that they're going to take away from us having to fill like you know lots of space talking. But because we're tired, we might just end up crying because some of them are quite emotional. So there we go.
Well, then I'm crying. So who's gonna hold me when I cry? She'll just feel awkward. Should I leave?
This is the thing. It's like emotions shouldn't be awkward, should they?
They shouldn't be awkward, and I think it's worth recognizing it's not just men that find them awkward. There's some women too. But yeah, let's stop comparing. Let's get on to it.
The videos haven't got names, have they? So we're not going to know. We can't like kind of go in presentation order and just do the videos in order.
So I've put them in order here so that we can bring them over as we're talking about them.
Yeah, so we can do the presentation in order.
Practically, if this doesn't work.
It's fine. No, I think that's quite clear who's who, I think, from there. So
Anna says you guys are keeping warm. I hope you guys are keeping warm, and I'll extend that message to everyone out there right now because it's blooming cold.
It is cold. I've been having some lovely icy walks over the last few days, so it's been very nice.
That's the shame. It snowed for 10 minutes and then it turned instantly to ice.
Yeah, so keep safe.
I've been like a pickaxe on my car just to get in the morning. Layers of it. But anyway, that's why we get men in our life to do these things that I'm way too weak to do. I'll happily admit. Where do you sit on that scale of wanting men to do? You're quite independent, aren't you? You very much see yourself not needing a man at all.
It's not needing anyone. It's not a gender thing. Like, but I firmly believe that as humans we operate better when we've got a community. So it's not a case of not wanting or needing a man. It's just I like to be independent. I like to be able to do it myself, but I also know where my strengths end and that I'd need to ask for help. So yeah,
that's a lovely way of saying it. We actually should encourage more communal areas, communal living.
Yeah, where it's kind of like here's what I'm good at, you know, but I'm rubbish at this. If anyone can kind of skill swap, that'd be great.
That sounds wicked. I love that. People should set that up for their streets.
Yeah, well, that was one of the ideas for the community club for us.
There you go.
But so let's not get sidetracked on that.
But very much deal we do is get sidetracked. Okay.
So the first man of the presentation, then. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get you over. React app. Okay.
International Men's Day.
So I just go across.
Yeah. So first, then.
Make that a little smaller.
We have Tom. Okay, boys' night is out of the way. In terms of the comments that I'm putting on, I've just tried to take something from the video. What do they stand for? Put some interesting information or facts about the person. So Tom is going to explain himself in his video, and I don't want to take too much time as yabbering away when he's going to do a great job explaining. But his socials are at the bottom, running with Tom. One thing he doesn't mention on the video is that he's riding from John O'Groats to Land's End on December the 12th, and if you click those presents, it should be linked. But if not, we've got the link in the comments. So we'll make sure we add the link into the show notes. But it's to buy a present for the kids that are in hospital over Christmas. That's what he's doing that crazy ass ride for. I think he's doing 100 miles a day for 10 days, something like that.
I'd rather you than me, Tom. I know that.
I've done one 100-mile bike ride, and one was enough. So, the fact that you're going to get up and keep doing that every day, hats off to you.
The thing about riding a bike is that first one, you're like, that's fun. It's better than running. You're like, you've
Yeah.
got some wheels. You're like, cool. Day number 2, oh,
yeah,
my bum cannot handle another
Yeah.
seat like that. And I don't know how you continue day after
I know,
that.
exactly. So, yeah, do show some support for what he's doing there. But yeah, let's get into the video, because I'm sure that after you've seen the video, you're going to want to talk about it a little bit anyway, because it is very, very moving. He's definitely wearing a red top, so I think it's that the one.
Maybe this wasn't going to be as smooth as I thought.
Oh, we're going to have to go in and out.
Right, guys, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name's Tom Hunt, and I'm a recovering addict. So I was a functioning addict for many, many, many years, 15 years plus, starting off social. Through the years, got less and less social. Through my behaviour, my friends started to dwindle away. I got weirder and weirder. And as time went on, it was just me and myself. It got very lonely. I knew in my heart that I shouldn't be doing it, and where it would take me, and the aftermath and the madness it would cause, but I was powerless to it, and I'd still go through with it, even though the torture and the misery it'd bring, which was fucking very selfish. But at these times I also had children, which looking back now was selfish as fuck. But it got to a point where I was hearing voices, I was seeing things. I become massively unstable, to the point where I committed a really serious violent offence, which was a turning point in my life. So in the later stages of my addiction, I didn't know who I was. I had no feelings, I had no emotions. I was soulless. I was just a shell of a man, shell of a human being. When looking back, it was fucking torture. I had no dreams, no goals, no aspirations. I had nothing to look forward to, apart from a drink or whatever substance I was taking at the times, which is, yeah, sad as fuck. So after that incident, I got arrested. I turned to Turning Point and the crisis team that helped me and guided me and gave me some encouragement and some strength, and they massively worked. So from that point on, I started making steps to change, incorporating new habits for the bad habits. So this is where I found running, and to this day now I'm very grateful for running. It saved my life. It's now a massive part of my life. Something I practice daily for many reasons. I spent a solid year just working on myself. I cut all my friends off. Well, say all my friends, all the negative friends, and dug deep inside to find out what I had to work on and fix. And spending that year on myself, that's what I did. So over time, reconnecting with my emotions, with my mind, with my thoughts, just realigning with myself, incorporating a lot of positive things, good energy, and just started moving from there. And things just started moving in the right direction. A lot of hard work had to go into it, but yeah, there's no looking back now. I just want to touch on the running side of things and being out in nature and connecting with like-minded people. I incorporate cold water now on a daily basis, which is very powerful. And I've even started a small community running group up, which is epic because it's connecting people that have also been in my kind of situation and trying to better their well-being and their mental state and changing their bad habits for good habits, which it is certainly doing. So that's a magic within itself. If you do your research, movement is medicine. See, a lot of people go to the doctors seeking advice and help, and the doctors palm you off with tablets. Tablets aren't the answer. You get out and exercise. You go get in the cold water. You go get out in nature. You go connect with like-minded people. That's the shit that works. That's what's worked for me. And now I'm over a year sober. Go back 2 years. I didn't want to live. Tried taking my own life. Now the place I'm in now, I want to live fucking forever. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful thing. And anyone's capable of doing it. If you'd have seen me years back, you never have thought I'd change my life to where I am now. It's doable. Anyone can do it. And what comes with that is now I'm fully in charge of my mind. My mind is not in charge of me through the things of practice. See, I was powerless to my mind back in them days. That's not an option no more. I'm in charge. Through running, through the nature, through the connection, through the cold water that I practice daily. It fucking works. And that's why I'm here now, talking the way I'm talking. So I hope this resonates with you. If one person could take from this, that'd be magic. Like any human being, I still get bad days. But now I'm aware of what to do. I don't think about drinking. I don't think about sniffing. I've got different ammo in my locker now that I use, and it works. Once again, I'm going to say it's exercise, it's nature, it's connection. Yeah, this stuff works wonders. I'm just going to finish it off on this note. So if you are Leicester-based and you are struggling in any way whatsoever with your mental health, addiction, reach out to me. Come join in with what I do every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. We start at 5:30 in the morning, which is hard enough to do, but ingrain some discipline into your day. We get out and run, and we finish it off in the cold water. But dedicate me a month of your time, then tell me how you feel and where your mind's at. Yeah? So, hope to see you soon.
Very sure, very confident.
But you
I
can
love
see
that.
the change in it.
The development
Yeah.
of his whole story. That was beautiful.
It's very empowering, isn't it, and motivating, but at the same time quite dark and heartbreaking, because
Yeah.
even when he starts talking, it's like he looks a shell of himself when he's first explaining it, but by the end the glow's there, the sparkle, that's come with finding running and cold water therapy.
It's fantastic. I don't know if he does speaking, like crowd speaking and stuff like that, but he has a fantastic storytelling, like you said. Like he emotes the journey with you. But there's a few things there that really stuck out to me. The amount of other avenues that men quite regularly take rather than talking or rather than dealing with emotions. For whatever reason, women are really good at talking it to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Sometimes we don't shut up. But for some reason in a men culture, this idea of manning up, it almost stands in the way of true helping yourself, right? Because it's like, just drink this, just take powder, just get in trouble, just go into the hospital whether you're getting arrested. It's such a common story that used to make me really sad, and while it still makes me really sad, I'm bored of it. And society needs to be better for men.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for people like Tom that are able to show, he was very honest there. And
really honest, and I appreciate that so much, because that message is way more powerful to men than anything we could say, because we're not men.
Yeah. And it made me laugh there. Did you see the bit that got me? Oh, the 5 a.m. wake up.
Yeah.
But then he said straight after, get that discipline to your
Mm.
day. What's the thing I lack most? Discipline.
Do you know what though? I am quite disciplined, and yeah, I lay in bed every morning at 7:30. I go on to Tom's Running with Tom Instagram and I watch his video of him going into the cold water. But I feel like I'm sowing those seeds that one day I will join him. You know, mornings is like my Achilles heel. It's
Yeah.
the thing that I really struggle with. So, but I lay there knowing he's up, running and going in that cold water, and that, in a way, is enough of a boost for now. I know that I'll get to the point where I do want to join him, but you know, just knowing someone out there is doing that is like,
Do you know what?
wow.
I know what you mean. That's why I like Mrs. Hinch. My house might not be very clean, but I love watching this woman make her house beautiful and clean.
It's worthwhile going onto Instagram and looking at some of his videos, because they
Running with
are
Tom.
yeah, Running with Tom, because they are inspiring, but they're also entertaining. So the last couple, obviously the temperatures have been, you know, in the minuses, and there's one guy that goes with him. I don't think it's Tom, because he's trying to recognize the voices, but he like really starts laughing. Then they all start laughing because it's that exhilaration. And then
Yeah.
he's like, one of them is like, "This ain't normal behavior, is it?" And they're all laughing their heads off, and you can't help but like
Yeah.
laugh your head off. And I showed it to my mum, and she did the same. We were like howling, because he's like, "It's not normal, is it?" But I think these men, they've turned to drugs because they have got that impulsive brain, that thrill-seeking
Yeah.
brain. So doing something so challenging as the cold water therapy
Yeah.
is replacing that need, if you see what I
yeah.
mean.
Someone like Tom might not necessarily need someone sat across him listening to every thought. Maybe when he was in the depths of his deepest struggles. But now, just to keep himself going, it's about staying regularly on top of exercise and being able to... Those videos where he shows him and all the lads jumping in the water. This is why I like counselling my approach to be so multi-approached rather than sticking to one modality, because just there you can see multiple therapies happening at once. There's the cold water therapy, whether you subscribe to it or not. There's nature therapy. There is friendship. There is like communication, communion happening. As well as that, there is laughter therapy. If you're able to laugh, you've literally just given yourself 4 ways of getting dopamine right there. And you've not had to do anything that would make your body at risk of being more unhealthy.
I love the things that he points out though: nature, connecting with like-minded people, movement. They're the things that we go on about all of the time, and they're the things that absolutely underpin my mental health being in a good place. So I think whatever message you take from that, it's, you know, get outside, get walking, get connecting, boom, you're gonna feel better.
You've seen them memes, haven't you, where it's like, oh, I've just not been feeling good. It's like, are you not really feeling good lately? Or are you on the white and you're not giving yourself time to recover? Are you barely sleeping? Do you know what I mean? Like, check these boxes off first. Because if you can't do that, then don't start trying to diagnose yourself with something. Check what's going on right now. How am I looking at myself?
Exactly. I think though, as well, even the pointing out that who you surround yourself with, I think that's a really big...
That was another point.
That
pointed when he said friends. Well, and it was that moment of like, I thought they were my friends. And how many times have you had to... We all know that. If you've gone through this journey of improving yourself and getting over substances or just bad habits in general, you know it is the people. And you really are convinced at some points that these are your best mates. Maybe you've been on the kitchen floor planning like your holidays when you're all rich, and you're like, it don't mean anything. Where's the boys that want to go running with me at 5 a.m? Where are they?
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's like there's a difference between the friends that when you say, "I'm not going to drink anymore," go, "Oh, nice one, fair play," and what? "Oh, what? So you're not going to drink when we're out on Saturday?" Like, my friends, my true friends, are still out with me. They don't care that I'm not drinking, because they know I don't care that they are, if you see what I mean. It's like, we still do our thing, and it's fine. It's like, you'll only shed the people that you've outgrown. It's not... Well, say it's not a loss. It shouldn't be a loss.
No, I agree.
Shall we go to the next one then?
Thanks, Tom. Running _ with _ Tom _. Instagram. I'll put them all in the description. I
Yeah,
remember.
and just remember that he is doing that fundraiser as well. So if you have got a little bit of spare cash or want to do something good for Christmas, that link will be there to get a toy for a kid in need.
He's doing it. He's doing a lot. The support will be appreciated, I'm sure. So I'm just going to move us out of the way for a second. We'll be back. Just so that you can actually see the lovely James Hansen. If you watched our ADHD and addiction episode, then you'll know James very well.
Yeah, there we go. I was listening to it earlier.
It's a great one.
And so he is, I mean, he's got a fabulous backstory as well. In the video we're about to show you, he doesn't go into his backstory. He keeps it very motivational, and he's coming from a professional point of view. But actually, he's similar to Tom. He was in the depths of addiction, absolutely rock bottom, turned his life around, and now is an ADHD coach and an addiction counselor. So it's again that pain turning into purpose.
Yeah.
Turning the me into we, because and he very much understands the man's point of view, that the hardest part is that kind of opening up, and I think it's key to see men that you relate to then be able to do that.
Yeah, to be able to back you, because I know it's all right saying this stuff, but how many men actually then sit back and think, could I call my mate and be like, mate, I'm feeling this way, or can I talk to you about how I'm feeling?
Yeah.
And that other guy is going to respond with, yes, mate, instead of, what you on about? What about your pussy?
And the thing is, a lot of my male friends that were going through stuff, they were all talking to each other on a deep one, but only when they'd had about 50 whiskies and 10 lines.
Right, yeah.
And that's the thing, that kitchen counselling isn't any good. You're still in that cycle.
Yeah.
So, just be aware if you're stuck in that cycle.
Gotta be
and you're expecting a white Christmas this Christmas, let's make it the last.
It's about, I love that. No, you don't need it. It's just make it your last. But we understand addiction.
Yeah, I understand it.
It's yeah, right. Let's let James take it away.
Yes.
Morning all. Just thought I'd do a short video in light of men's mental health today. What do I think of when I think of men's mental health? Well, for me and lots of men that I've supported and support, when I think of men's mental health, I think of internal. How as men we can internalise what's truly going on for us in our minds and in our emotions. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be honest and open. More so with the right people. If you're in a tough space right now with your mental health, please reach out. Turn the me upside down to we. And set yourself free. It's okay to feel.
Oh, short
Really-
but sweet. I love that. That
you
really.
you can feel the power behind that one, can't you? And I think it's important to say that he has come from a personal experience as well. He's not just.
You can hear it in his voice,
Yeah.
can't you? He really, from a person, that personal understanding. Like, I care. I know what you're going through. Please reach out.
And that's a great one, because you've got Running with Tom, who's offering this face-to-face, very physical and demanding kind of challenging side of things. But then you've got James. He will do a free discovery call with you, so he'll have that chat. He'll see if working with him something that he thinks is going to be a success and if it's viable. So you can definitely reach out to him via social media. He's got a website as well.
I think James has a great persona when it comes to that type of counselling that isn't that mamby-pamby like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? He'll give it to you. He'll say the odd swear word. He's very realistic. It's almost like talking to your mate at a pub, but they're actually listening.
Yeah.
So shout out, James. I'm so glad we were able to include you, and thank you for sending us a video.
Yeah, indeed. Big love.
Big love indeed. So next we've got. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of us again. See you in a sec. Who have we got, Linz?
Scott from Legacy Project. So this is somebody that I just stumbled across via social media because we were both advocating for ADHD, both ADHD individuals as well. And I love what he does is supporting mental health within the music industry in particular, and really recognising that a lot of musicians are already on that kind of spectrum of suffering with the mental health, or, you know, it's what we've recognized before, isn't it? That is the creative industries a good place to just find all ADHD and autistic people hanging out.
Yeah, it's almost like, does being creative almost leave you more vulnerable to this mental health, poor addiction side? Or is it the other way round? You have these struggles and being able to express it in a creative way becomes the way that you're able to express it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's great.
Yeah. So he is doing next year, a 14. Because I just read weeks.
You're doing it, Liz. Be sure.
Next year is doing a 14-week walk and talk around England and Ireland. I'm sure I've got that right. He says it on the video though, but it's to raise awareness, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put him up on the bus. So we'll definitely be featuring him. But he's doing this walk. He's going, and I also want to link him with HQ Recording, which we'll be coming on to in a little bit, because we've also got the founder of that sent us a video. But I think that it'd be a really valid connection, because then when Scott comes through Leicester,
Right, yeah.
he could, you know, visit HQ Recording, which is a lovely space as well.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, let's see what Scott has to say for us.
Let's get it. We're figuring it out how we're getting there.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, the founder of the Legacy Project, a non-profit organisation in the UK supporting mental health, neurodiversity, suicide prevention and drink and drug misuse in the music industry in our communities. I'm here today supporting Men's Mental Health Month. I'm ADHD myself, ASD, dyslexic, and I have mental health problems and
We didn't need that introduction, did we? I've got ADHD. Really, I can tell by the 1,000 miles per hour you speak there. That is the funniest. I love this. Get to the point, mate.
Hello everyone, I'm Scott, the founder of the Legacy Project, a non-profit organisation in the UK supporting mental health, neurodiversity, suicide prevention and drink and drug misuse in the music industry in our communities. I'm here today supporting Men's Mental Health Month. I'm ADHD myself, ASD, dyslexic, and I have mental health problems, and as still to this day I still balance and try and juggle everything together today with everything that's going on. 18 years ago I attempted to take my life twice. The first time I was saved by a boxing trainer, Bobby Mack, top man Bobby Mack, and the second time I nearly succeeded, but I got sectioned for 3 months when music saved my life. Today I've got kids, I've got grandkids.
I'm worried about the music in the background.
I know. I'm a bit worried about it getting claimed.
So we're just going to pause it for a few seconds.
Yeah,
in
just to
between each
break it
thing,
up.
But we can talk about it as it's happening.
He didn't survive. He didn't succeed. He has survived, and he's got kids and grandkids, which it sent shivers through me when he said that bit, because I just thought, you know, there's hope. There's always hope.
There's hope.
And it's always, however you feel, whether it's good or bad, it's never permanent. It's always temporary.
Yeah.
Even when it's good. So you have to enjoy the good for the good, and you have to know the bad is going to pass.
The same as well. He also mentions, like, this was a while ago and he's dealing, you know, he still deals with it now.
Yeah.
Mental health is something you have to deal with on a regular basis. Tom said it. It's something he practices daily. So yeah, okay, fantastic. I'm looking
If I succeeded, I wouldn't be here now today helping people like you and me up and down the country. So don't suffer alone. Always come and connect. Always try and find people to talk to. Don't feel ashamed about things that's going on. We all make mistakes in life, but it's not the past that defines us. It's what you do today to define yourself and bring you forward. But listen, you know, if you ever want to talk to anyone, talk to Lindsay, talk to myself here, talk to Legacy Project, sends a message. Next year I'll be walking the full UK and the full of Ireland. It'll take me approximately 14 weeks. I'll be there doing raising awareness, the biggest walk and talk group in the UK, to raise awareness and support people just like us who find it hard and difficult to express ourselves in a way of different. I masked it with drink and drugs.
I was trying to find a nice person to
Yeah.
put it. But you talk so fast, Scott. I can get your name right now. Apologise, pausing you on that point as well. I'm worried about the music monetizing.
Let me just say, the great thing with this video is the song starts to kick in as he gets to the end, and he just starts singing. So anybody that's seen my videos that have been on social media, like advertising this, the video at the end where it kicks into our track by Liz,
So
he's like dancing, because that's the part. And I just leave one tiny bit, and then I cut it because I was worried for the same reason. Like, we'll end up getting
That's hilarious.
copyrighted because of the track. But he's just started to say that he masked it with drink and drugs. And again, you've got Tom who's talking quite like slowly, and then Scott who's talking super speed, but they're both saying the same thing and coming from the same
Exactly.
place. Like, you know, they're using drink and drugs as a way of masking it. They're losing who they are. It's affecting their mental health. But and also what Steph said as well, that hygiene, it's mental health hygiene. It's like spiritual hygiene. It's like your glasses. If I want clean glasses, I've got to keep cleaning them.
Yeah.
The same way with your mental health. You can't just be like, oh, well, I've done this for my mental health, though.
Yeah.
Now it should be good.
I went to counselling. Oh, I went gym. I didn't feel bad. You know, keep.
I went for a run at the start of the year.
Said something nice to myself once.
For years and years and years, and it never helped.
When you get into it,
So I'm here today just to show you it's possible. You know, there's light at the end of the tunnel, 100%. But always remember.
Sorry, mate, I've got to turn it down, but we'll enjoy the dancing.
Yeah. He's singing "The Sun Don't Shine Without You," but I just left just that bit in, like where he just like, but yeah, he's singing that "The sun don't shine without you," and I think that's a lovely
It's great timing.
concept.
You should be a radio host. You know, when you time the.
Well,
welcome to the
I've
sun
actually cut bits out. I've like edited all of these, but yeah, so I have it. Like, I edited a big chunk of it out so that it just had that little bit in of him singing the "Sun Don't Shine Without You."
No, that's awesome. But I'm not expecting everyone to be social media savvy to know exactly what they're doing. I really appreciate you sending the video, because there's important words in there. Really good message, and yeah, that's wicked.
Make sure that you're following these guys on their social media. He's got Instagram and TikTok. And like I say, doing lots of really cool work in the music industry. I think the aim is to set up like a mental health hub within the music industry so that people know where to turn.
So the
Can I nick a can of this, please?
of course you can.
Am I right to have this one?
It's boys' night, so I got Iron Brew and Dr Pepper because in my head they were more manly. Even mean.
It's so weird though, because I love both of those. I was genuinely like, which one do I pick?
There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
14-week walk and talk around England and Ireland. It sounds really interesting. I've been following Legacy 8, I think for a few months now, something, maybe at least a year on Instagram, and their posts are wicked. They're always really supportive, and yeah, get involved.
He's got a crazy backstory as well. He's just had open heart surgery. He did another fundraiser thing where he climbed like a mountain or something, and think he had a heart attack, and then he just found out that the damage needed rectifying, and yeah,
Oh my word.
some like really interesting backstories going on here.
Wow. Well, appreciate that you're still around, Scott, doing awesome things.
Yeah, indeed. I
Keep
mean,
at it.
the energy is palpable, isn't it?
Yeah, word. You're a AAA battery.
Yeah, what do they call it? Thingy bunny.
Yeah, what's the term?
Duracell.
Duracell.
Yeah.
AAA.
They're those little ones.
Now we have the lovely Peter from True Vibes, and I'm so glad because again we've got this other this different spectrum of a man. Do you know what I mean? This idea of what is a man. We've got your quiet types, you've got your active types, your musicians, your designers. We have Peter here with his bright pink hair, letting you know that if you're a man, of course you can have pink hair.
And when we went to see, we will talk about Tim Fowler's documentary probably next week if we don't have time to talk about it this week. But he said, didn't he, like, my favourite colour's pink.
Yeah.
So, you know, pink was designed for men. It's just red with white added to it.
It's a good colour. Like, you can't really deny it.
I love the colour.
Alternative clothing brand, neurodivergent support and representation advocacy. If you have seen True Vibes on your socials, or you've been to a little crafts fair and you've seen their clothes out, then you'll know it's top quality. They are all about supporting neurodivergence. Like, I'm so glad that we included that he sent us a video to be included.
Yeah.
Because I think he's always great to talk to, and I'm just excited to see what he's going to say.
Yeah, his video is wicked.
He always makes me laugh on Instagram, so I believe we have. Can you see who any of them are?
I know that it's got like pictures in the back. Yeah, that's it.
There we
That's the one.
Okay.
That was the wrong one, wasn't it? It was one underneath.
Playing Scott again.
That's it.
Muted it with the music in.
Here we go.
And it back. Introducing Peter from True Vibes.
What's good, guys? So I'm making this video to celebrate it's Nationals Men's Day. So what does that mean to our brand? So our brand celebrates this day because it's all about coming together as guys, giving guys acknowledgement of it's okay to speak out, and it's also to actually take the seriousness off it, that it's not a scary thing to reach out and talk. Like, what is an actual lad? What is an actual man? What is an actual boy this day and age? It's the 21st century. A true man actually shows their emotions. A true guy can actually be flamboyant and not be judged for it. You know, if you want pink hair or makeup, which I'm wearing none of it today, by the way, just to show my realness on this video, to say that it's okay to be yourself. It's okay to speak to others. So yeah, I'm just making this video to say happy National Men's Day to everybody out there. And just to say, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling anxious or anxiety or anything like this, please just reach out to one of your guy mates. Like, all of us guys are most probably suffering from the same thing, but we just don't talk about it for whatever reasons. We just shallow away, be like, it's all right, it'll sort itself out tomorrow, and it don't, and then you get yourself into a rut. So speak to your guy mates, if that's in the locker room, at work, in your social life. Just speak to your guy mates. If you haven't heard from one of your guy mates for a while, even if you're a female and you haven't heard from one of your guy mates for a while, please reach out to them and say, are you okay? Because that will literally mean the world to that guy. But he won't admit it because guys are very stubborn and we just don't admit our emotions. So yeah, just want to say happy National Men's Day. Love every single one of you. If any of you ever need support, please reach out to my company because our DMs are always open. And it's quite surprising, but at the same time, it's such a beautiful thing to see nowadays that there's a lot of guys reaching out to our company, asking for help, just asking to have a little chat, have a little rant, or asking to be put in contact with the right charity. So yeah, there's no shame in reaching out for help. So please talk to your best mates, please talk to your friends, please talk to your social people, like, you know, like at work. If even if you don't see them as a true friend or you just see them as a work colleague, ask them how their day's going because it will mean the world. So yeah, anyways, that's me wrapping up for Nationals Men's Day. So love every single one of you, love you lots, and remember, support each other. Catch you guys soon. Peace.
I love that. Remember
What's
to
good?
support each other because it's just so simple, isn't it? Like, we're one race, we're one,
Yeah.
like, we're one big world. Why can't we just all, why is all this kind of fear and judgment and spite and I don't know. This is why I knew I'd find this episode like partly heartbreaking, because what he says is so true, isn't it? That men just go, oh, you know, it'll sort itself out, or it's no big deal, I'm not going to say anything. And you just think, no, because you're probably all feeling as anxious as each other anyway.
Yeah. That whole, like, are you okay? No, really, how are you doing? You know, that further check-in.
Yeah.
And another great thing I think worth that you mentioned is not just your immediate friend group, your immediate friends. You know, we have a responsibility to make sure we're all happy and healthy. And I love that idea. I'm very much against this, like, you're on your own in this world and it's a dog eat dog. I don't think it has to be like that.
No.
And I don't think you have to live in a world forced to be like that. You can choose to support people that you don't know, that you don't necessarily favour, because they are still human beings that deserve to be on this planet happy and healthy.
Exactly. One of the things I was thinking driving over here is that we're so conditioned to think that we've got work to do and like as in on ourselves and we need to change but it's like you were born this way. No one should have to apologize for the way they were born.
Yeah.
You know, we should all fit together like this kind of mishmash of differences. It's like, oh, it's really upsetting, isn't it? But what I did love that he pointed out is it's okay to wear makeup. You know, I love this idea that because when my nails are painted, I'm so obsessed with them. They're so pretty, and I'm like, oh my god, look at my nails, look at my nails. If I was a boy and I wasn't allowed to paint my nails, I'd be so heartbroken. It's like, if you want to paint your nails, paint your goddamn nails. Like, It doesn't mean you're gay, you know. It like if you're gay and you want to paint your nails, do. But I just mean that, like,
Yeah.
straight men want to put a bit of makeup on or do the nails,
Yeah.
do it. Like,
Do you know what? It reminds me of my ex. Actually, I think he just used like a nail buffer, and he was like, "Have you seen how shiny my nails are?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was just like, "Just do that. I could just have." And
shiny
it blew his mind. I
Oh.
was just like, "Have shiny nails." That was not nail varnish. That was not makeup. You know,
Yeah.
the more advanced stages that someone might assume. It's just buffing your nails. It's just like I can comb my hair. Like, for it.
The thing that gets me is that younger lads that are about 7 to about 10, they'll sometimes, or even younger actually, up to about 10, they'll sometimes ask their mums, especially if they have only got their mum around, like they see mum painting nails, and then they'll say, "Oh, can you paint mine?" And they'll have the nails, they'll have the nails painted at home. And you just think, it's at what age does that horrible pressure start to take over of you can't skip, you can't have your nails painted? You know, it must be horrible. Like, that's one thing as females that we don't understand, because, and I know we've got our own gender roles that are imposed on us, but you know. And then what was the other thing that I was going to say? Oh god, I've forgotten it. But it's but the nail painting thing, I just think it should be more open. Oh, that was it, sorry. I was at a festival last year, and there was this group of lads, and they're dressed up as women, and you could tell they're proper lads or whatever, but they were all loving life, like flinging their wigs around. They were taking selfies and they were like posing and stuff, and it was like, because they were in fancy dress, they'd been given this pass to be able to act silly. Whereas usually acting silly wouldn't have been allowed, you know, it wouldn't have been on the cards to be like posing and wearing lippy and flinging their hair, but they were loving it. And I thought, just let them do that. Like,
it's hard, isn't it? Because even in like current TV, if you depict like a boy being caught trying on his mum's dress, then you've got this connotation of like it's either deviance or it's homosexuality or it's transgender, and it's just expression, like having to put people. And this is why I have a real soft spot for parents who do hold that space for their kids to be like, no, if you get bullied, I've got your back. You wear what you want. You do this, you do that. Because maintaining that authentic self throughout childhood and learning that that is okay to be like that is the best way, best ingredients for a healthy, happy human, an adult.
Because you would find your people once you leave school. You find those groups, don't you?
And that's why when it comes to people being like, oh, your teachers encourage you to wear nail varnish, or they're encouraging you to think if you're actually a woman or not, and none of that is happening. No teacher, no good teacher is going, have you considered being
they're not encouraging, they're encouraging you to be yourself.
But if
yourself is.
If a student happens to come to you with this information, then you can hold that space in a non-judgmental way, in a supportive way. I think that's perfect.
Do you know that the industry for men's tights is massive, but it's such a secret industry? Because obviously we know tights are always falling down, and then there's no way that they're big enough for the male frame, a lot of males. So there's actually tights that are made for men, and apparently there's a lot of men that are wearing tights under their everyday clothes just because they like how they feel. That's it. Nothing perverted or, you know, gay or whatever. Like, they just like them. But they're not allowed to just like them, and that's heartbreaking. Like, why shouldn't you be able, if you like it, just like it? I find it really stressful.
It's like working out, you know, one, why do you have a solid thought against it? Like, because it's not natural. Like, it's not natural. Be careful, because many things that you think aren't natural in this world happen. Very much so in the animal kingdom, in the insect community, like a load of them. So it's about this allowing men to be able to speak so that they don't have labels that they don't ascribe to put on them.
There's definitely, the thing I found heartbreaking over the years is men that I've hung out with or dated or whatever, they aren't the typical masculine male. They're a bit more effeminate or a bit more, you know, and they know that. And they then struggle with this lower self-esteem because, well, I'm a man and I should be able to do that. Who says you should be able to do that? You're perfect just as you are, you know. And that breaks my heart, because, you know, women feel the same when you don't fit into that box of what
what a
man or
woman
woman
is.
should be, then yeah, you feel like you failed. And I think there is this hugely masculine image of what a man is, and it's like, no, there's probably only 50% of men are like that, and the other 50% are different, and it's fine.
Yeah, and that 50%, how many of they are like that? Just because from day one
They've
they
been
were
taught
asked,
to be.
it was, you're going to be a lady killer when you grow up, from the day they were born.
Yeah.
Or, do you know what I mean? Like, hello, I don't know, welcome to this world, princess. You are literally ascribed
Yeah.
these roles of.
Straight away.
So, yeah. Shout out, Peter.
Yes.
I was right into it. Jumped in there. I love that.
Okay.
So, we've got. Peace.
Yes, back to the presentation quickly.
Back. Oh, yeah, of course.
And then,
Getting confused.
nearly lost the order.
Next one.
Yes.
Okay.
So Reese, part of the Brotherhood Legion, motto: "No man stands alone." And as he will tell you, he offers.
That's a great line. No man stands alone.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Because again, he offers, just like Tom does, meetups and things like that, both outdoor fitness circuits, things, but also just get-togethers to play chess and just to chat. Really understands the importance of holding this space. He's just won an award, the 40 under 40 entrepreneur. So yeah, very well done.
Congrats.
And next Wednesday, as in it's Thursday today, so Wednesday coming up, at the Y Theatre in Leicester is going to be a variety show, and we're going. Aren't we? Again, the link is in the thing, so we'll make sure that the link's in the notes, so that if you want to come along to that and support the Brotherhood Legion, then you can.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. I
Who
can't wait.
doesn't love a variety show?
He's got a fantastic story as well, and I only know because I watched his like acceptance speech for the 40 under 40. So I think he felt like he was a bit put on the spot, and he just told where it all came from. But he was very much, if I remember rightly, and I do apologise Reece, if I'm getting this slightly wrong, but he came from like a kind of like council estate type background, and the aspirations and the dreams of everybody are, it's like the 1 in a million makes it or whatever.
There's
nobody
just
knows
no
where they're going. Yeah, no
opportunities,
opportunity.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to look for. And I think he was approached by like some kind of social worker, council worker or something, and they'd got this opportunity for people to try out for drama or dance or something like that, and he ended up going for it, and then ended up being successful in the dance industry.
There you go, fighting this like male idea of what's being a man.
It reminded me of the Billy Elliot story.
Fantastic.
What he was saying. So yeah, really, really, I think it's really cool breaking those barriers all over the place.
Fantastic.
So yeah, let's listen to what he's got to say.
What's going on, guys? My name is Reece Lofters. I'm the creator of the Brotherhood Legion.cic, which is a community interest company for men's mental health within Leicester. Now, thank you, Lindsay, for asking me to make this video. What we do is we bring men together to give back to the community as well. We work on movement, conversation and inclusion. I give out 3 sessions of circuit training and also like hiking, camping, anything that gets us out and about. And then on Saturdays we also bring men together to talk, to play cards, to play chess, to communicate. Now, we've done incredible things over the past 2 years, working with close to 100 different organisations, self-employed professionals, and putting on around about 60 to 70 different events, big and small. But what we've done, we've created a space, we've created a family unit, we've created a connection and a thread with the city and with the businesses and with the men that is changed lives. I've taken men from suicide to becoming more leaders in their environments, to inspiring other people. I've taken men that have struggled to talk in certain rooms to be creating school reunions in group chats and, pushing, just all different sorts of events. Now, it's not easy. Life has its ups and downs. It's a lot easier when you have people that are around you that support you, that allow you to talk and be honest and, also motivate you and inspire you in a certain way. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through life in different ways. I think if you can believe that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, if you can keep some hope in your heart that it will get better and some faith in yourself, that that you can do better, that life will treat you better and that you will see better in life. But it swings and roundabouts. it's the rough with the smooth. And sometimes we have to really be accountable to ourselves, step back, look at how, one, we talk to ourselves, or we allow people to talk to us, and if we need to change our environment. Being in the wrong place, in the wrong environment, can be extremely detrimental to your recovery or your evolution. So what I say is get out there, push your boundaries, try new things. It's okay to change. Get around positive people, get around people with different perspectives, and give back, because when we give back and we help people, we also help ourselves. And yeah, and you know, work on it. You know, life's work, so work on yourself, and be nice to yourself. That's my advice. You know, I think we're all a work in progress, but some of us just get lost slightly on our path, and we forget that how powerful and how much we have to offer. And some people can tell us and diminish our light and confuse us into thinking that we are small when we're not. So get around people that remind you of that, and get away from people that also put you in a box. So I want to say blessings to everybody. Keep pushing, keep setting goals, keep chasing dreams, or, you know, just keep waking up every day and trying to fight for that day, and keep believing in better. So yeah, that's it. Check us out on social media. We're here for it. Yeah, no man stands alone. It's the motto. Come and walk with us. Respect.
Wow.
Mic drop.
You get a real sense that he's had to overcome that negative self-talk, that really channel that self-compassion.
That was really motivating, wasn't it? Like that whole get out of the wrong environments, don't let people put you down, you know. Oh, love it.
really inspiring. Quite a sweetheart. I really appreciate someone that can just talk from the heart like that. It's not easy when you put a camera in front of yourself, and then seeing these young lads being able to just talk to a camera so openly. You know, we talk about men struggling to talk. They're doing it to a camera.
Yeah.
To the internet. And thank God that they are, because if they weren't, what would the men watching have? Do you know what I mean? What is there?
Yeah.
I love that not one of these men have mentioned being an alpha, being like any of that. It's none of it is included putting other people down to make yourself,
Yeah.
which is a lot of this false masculine rhetoric that you're taught, right?
It's the thing, they've all spoke about a level of accountability, but also a level of awareness of your surroundings, that connection being key.
Yeah.
Self-talk and believing in yourself, you know. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. I think there's one more to go. Is there? Or is there two? I've definitely not seen Yas yet.
We've got Yas and
Hitesh.
Hitesh.
Okay. Let's and that's the thing. I know that with Yas, he said after he was like, "Oh, I didn't even say about music," and that's what he stands for. So, like you say, that whole getting in front of the camera, it happens to us all. We just forget
It really
everything
does.
that we wanted to say.
Every time I drive home from here,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I forgot this, I forgot this, I forgot this.
Which, can I just say the thing that I'm going to have forgotten, and I'll be kicking myself. So
Go for it.
one of the men that we approached for a video is Lee, the creator of our theme tune. So when you hear "Why is it like this?" and we had a real giggle because he's shy. He's just a shy guy, and so I was like, I'm here with Lee, the creator of our theme tune, like, you know, introduced him, turned the camera, and he just burst out laughing. And he's like, I can't do it. And what we came up, because then he's saying, oh, you know, I know what I want to say. This is pathetic. And I'm like, no. We're having none of this negative self-talk. We are not having you put yourself down. And at the end of the day, Lee, you are not the only one that wanted to do a message. We approached lots and lots of men to do this, and some didn't get back to us. Some did get back to us saying, I'd love to, but I can't. And I think what we said, that it was really important that we shared the message that that's okay to be shy or to be anxious or to want to do something and not have the courage to do it at that point.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you any less of a man. And I think there's a lot of men out there that would be beating themselves up because they couldn't sit in front of the camera and do that. But that's okay, because there's some that can, you know, and it's like we all have our
Yeah.
own little slot to fill in life, and it doesn't, these like achievements are not for everybody. If you see what I mean, you've all got your own achievements to achieve. Like, don't compare yourself.
It's really unnatural to film yourself and do something. And that's just one example of something in life. But again, that idea of just putting yourself out there, expressing yourself, whether it's with a piece of art or some music, it still holds true that men are not putting their talents out there because they don't have the confidence / beat themselves down about the first
things.
hurdle.
Yeah.
I've turned the camera on to record myself playing guitar and I can't do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, clearly I can't do that. Hold on. Did you do that when you first tried learning guitar? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you didn't pick it up, go, oh, that sounds terrible, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You work at the skill,
Under
you
the
work
skill.
at something. Yeah, definitely. And I think the neurodivergent mind is quite quick to be blaming the self for not doing well.
Yeah.
But females, women, we can talk to each other and be like, go on, do it, girl, do it, girl.
Yeah, and they're not necessarily going, oh, I feel so weak that I can't do this.
Like, when I think, if I was to picture my partner saying to his mates around the fishing league, that's where he is tonight, just going, I've got a new verse for a rap, can I show you it? And the whole thing going, yeah, go on then, get your bars out. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wouldn't be as lovely as these guys are, who practice self-care with their fishing, by the way. They
Yeah.
understand mental health and addiction. But still, that idea of holding space for a man to be vulnerable with his creativity, like, we need it. So, that's a great lead on to...
And also, the thing is, like, with Lee, he went into that recording studio, put that track down, one take only. He can memorize every song he's ever written by writing the song. He memorizes it, which is a talent in itself. It's like, you've got other strengths.
Yeah.
So that was what we decided his advice was going to be, was try not to judge yourself too harshly, be kinder to yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and don't compare yourself.
Do not compare yourself, definitely. Comparison is the thief of all joy, right?
No, yeah, indeed.
I don't often remember a saying, but when I do.
It was in my mind, so I'm so glad you said it.
So, Dr. Yassin El Ashafari?
Ashrafi.
Ashrafi.
And I love that he's a doctor. He's an honorary doctorate of music, I think it was, and it makes that's added to my bucket list now. I want to be an honorary doctorate of neuroscience or psychology or something, because I love all this stuff. But yeah, brilliant,
We'll
great
see what you can
achievements.
get you on. It's it's pretty cool, right? It's where you're just that good at stuff. A university goes, I want to give you one of these.
Exactly. He's been invited to
You didn't have to
Parliament.
He's been doing cool things,
He's
right?
Yeah, very inspirational guy. And here's another one with that rags to riches story. You know,
Love it.
expelled
Love it.
from school, drug problem to begin with, told he'd never achieve anything. This guy has made, you know, moves, and HQ have done a hell of a lot for the community as well. So
Leicester Music, which, by the way, Leicester Music is top tier anyway, but having a company like HQ Recording, I don't think there's many music artists in Leicester that wouldn't know about HQ, or the engineers, the sound engineers that are there, the recording
yeah, do
artists.
events, don't they?
They're incredible. They're involved with the PPL, is it? The people that do the monetization of money. So like your honours, what is it called? Royalties.
Oh, right.
It's all in Leicester, and it's great. It's how we know about Harry Giorgio, and our interview with oh God, help me out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sound engineer.
Oh, Teo.
Teo, the lovely Teo.
And it's because I was holding this thing that I wanted to say, and I was like, all right, but
I've lost that now.
no, I'm not that god. But they recently got turned down for their most recent grant application. And it's such a shame, because it means that all of their stuff that they offer for free, that they've been offering for years and years, getting young people into music and giving them these opportunities to get in the recording studio and work with the amazing sound technicians, they've lost that opportunity at the minute because they couldn't get the funding, which blew my mind that, you know, who is making these decisions. So if anybody's watching that can help them out, they are an amazing company.
Similarly, if you'd like to record a track, get in there with them, find out what you can do to express yourself creatively, go and hit them up at hqrecording.co.uk. But in the meantime, let's look at what Yas has to say. It's this one, right?
Yeah.
And the lovely red jacket.
Hi there, I'm Yasin El Ashrafa. I'm the owner and founder of HQ in Leicester, which is a recording studio, record label, artist management company. We also do a lot of community music programs. I just wanted to say, as part of International Men's Day, like, I know it's hard times for a lot of people right now. The world's in a bit of a crazy place, but you know, like, remember to take a bit of time to try and keep yourself well, do things that keep you busy and active. You know, like, try not to watch maybe too much news and take in too much negativity. And you know, like, just remember to believe in yourself, treat yourself well, and just try and get through each day. And also, most importantly, don't be worried about speaking to people. You know, like, there's not a burden. It's just like a problem shared is really a problem halved. You know, so talk to your friends, your family. You know, and if it's something serious, get some professional help. But yeah, there's no burden. There's nothing wrong in talking and admitting that you're struggling. Like, we all have ups, we all have downs. Most people do, you know. So yeah, just look after yourself, keep yourself strong, try and find positive things, be active, be out there, be present with people, don't spend too much time on social media, and yeah, hopefully this time next year things will be in an even better place.
Oh,
It's lovely, isn't it?
That's fantastic.
Some really important messages in there. I think, you know, the whole be aware of what you're consuming, don't watch too much news. Worrying and stressing and getting angry about it is not going to change it. And I think we need to be really aware of living in those low vibrational energies and emotions that are created and caused by something that we're watching, because actually there is a lot of good news and good stuff out there, but it's not necessarily shared. So just be, again, aware of the things that you're consuming, what you're surrounding yourself with.
Yeah, definitely. If you are consuming it, how are you looking after yourself if you are going to look at it? Do you know what I mean? It's yeah, it's wicked. And again, another person saying, don't be afraid to speak up. I mean, I've just heard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men in a row tell me that it's okay for men to speak up.
Yeah.
So where is this disconnect happening? Do you know what I mean? Where is this? I really hope that even just if one man has watched this.
I know. These are like shining beacons in the dark, aren't they, these videos?
Yeah. You're not alone. You're not going through it alone. You don't have to go through it alone. So yeah. Thank you, Yasin.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you. And then last of all, in terms of videos anyway.
I'm going to say the last video, last but one slide.
So we've got Hitesh. Let's get rid of us again a sec so you can read. Hitesh, how do you say this last name? As I've ruined.
Chowan, I think.
Chowan.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's okay not to be okay. You were wearing the hoodie last week.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Where we had a comment of someone enjoying it. They loved the saying. It really does capture people's attention, right? And engagement.
Every time I wear it to school, there's always a young person that says, oh my God, my uncle's got that hoodie, or my, you know, mum's got that hoodie, or whatever. And it always starts a conversation. And it's a very visual charity within Leicester that supported a lot of people through very dark times, founded on the back of people taking their own lives. So very significant work been done. Donates a lot of money to charities.
Very fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Charity, Women's Aid. Very close to my heart. I love both of those.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, what's there not to love about this? And then the sad thing is that Hitesh founded this after losing a friend, but then has then opened up about his own battles that I think then kind of happened after the fact and after he'd opened this up. So again, too shy to record a video directly for us, but sent us a clip that he'd done for another podcast.
I love that. Send us what you can.
Yeah, I'm just hoping though that I think there's background music to it. So I hope that, I mean, you'll have to see what you think.
Look at this professional studio, Lynn. I'm not gonna lie. I'm being quick, get the
Hey,
lights up.
you don't know what's just to the left of that camera shot or just to the right.
The problem is, it doesn't matter, does it? In this room, but they've got the paneling, the wood, the sound.
It is cool.
Kudos to these guys. Let me wind it back so you actually know. We'll see what the music's like. Maybe we need to pause it in between.
I mean, if not, it's got the subtitles over the top of what he's saying anyway, so it's not so bad if we have to mute it.
What need do I need to be here? Who's gonna miss me? My nephew doesn't need me anymore. He's 16 years old. My family are getting on with them. Are they gonna miss me? No. So it was that point, and there was a number of things that got me there, got me to that point. But and then one day I just got invited to my friend's.
I'm worried that isn't I feel like we need to hear him. These are really important words. Okay, and I said,
I said I don't want to be here anymore, and that was the point where I got help from I was lucky enough to get help from the GP. I spoke to more friends, had a counsellor, because the police got in touch and stuff as well. So I was lucky enough. I was one of the lucky ones that did get a lot of help and support. But it's hard asking for help. And that's the thing, when you have to admit, I need help. I need to speak to somebody.
that's really interesting. I love that. Again, he's saying it's okay, but he's just admitting, like, it's just hard. It's ingrained in me to just not feel like I can do this. For whatever it makes me feel less of a man that I need this help, that
You don't want to. I think men don't want to burden other people.
don't wanna
That's the
burden.
thing.
I'm supposed to be the provider,
Yeah.
not the taker of resources. So it's, I suppose it's like someone telling you you're beautiful 100 times, unless you believe that yourself.
Yeah.
It's
It's
it
empty
doesn't-
words.
So this idea of help, just showing that even the people that managed to ask for help struggled.
And I think the thing here is, had that friend not have invited him for dinner, so that then gave him that space, like you said. It's that creating that opportunity and that space for somebody to actually start to open up without it being a kitchen party, which I think unfortunately is where a lot of people that are suffering end up, and they're pouring their hearts out during that moment. Well, try and catch up with them in the week when they've not got that facade of the drink and drugs. And
how much do they care? How much time are they willing to give you that pep talk that they were like so into you with last Friday night, but now it's the day and it's like, what? Oh, I'm a bit busy, mate. What? So
yeah, it's a really tricky one, isn't it? Because there's like, everyone's responsible for themselves, but then it's nice if we have a little bit of responsibility towards other people as well. Like, you're responsible towards yourself first, fill your cup, and then the overflow can go towards helping other people.
That's a nice sedge message, isn't it?
Which did make, I'm glad you said that, because River Training Services, they offer mental health qualifications and things specifically for the construction industry. So
which we see was severely lacking in resources in helping.
So if that's useful for you, then do check that out as well.
I'll include that below too. And last but not least, we don't have a video, unfortunately, but
he is gutted that he missed the opportunity to record something.
Yeah. But if you want to check him out during our 12-hour stream, we had a great chat with him. Not only that, I think the second episode that we ever created was us going to BBC Studios where he worked at the time, and he introduced me and Lindsay when we were starting, before this was even released. It's a real throwback, but we love Andy. So our journey, Andy's been there. Andy's been our support.
Yeah,
so,
he's wicked.
I don't know what I'd do without Andy.
But the Peers Perspective, there's a podcast, they run a charity, and the aim is creating better mental health for future.
Yes.
Putting those things in place young, And again, this massive connection with nature being key.
Yes, I love this whole involving people or involving children in in these elements, the outdoor elements, using these metaphors for life, for their own mental health,
Yeah.
for their own perspectives, and doing that from a young age. He's been able to recognize that the schools that we've got right now are not helping kids. You know, it's almost creating unwell people. So okay, let's break it down. Where do we start? So he does this through his charity, the podcast, different workshops, that through mentoring people. He's got a fantastic psychotherapist that he works with. She seems amazing.
One of the wicked things that they do is they go to schools and they plant trees. But the idea is that these kids have to then look after these trees, and they see that things are long-term projects. It's
Yeah.
not quick fixes. It's not a day's worth of work and then you see a result. You know, it's actually constant work.
It's that slow process. It's that like what is that thing that we with ADHD we really don't like it? The long wait. The long
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
We like immediate gratification.
Yeah.
Right? And it's very good.
It took me years to get to that point of understanding that there is this long game, and that year will come, and that you'll be so thankful you started putting in the work today.
Yeah.
So
And don't you think that if you were introduced that to you at a much younger age, that it would be
Yeah.
stick with you now,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Way easier. So I love that for Andy. He shared some real sad stories the last time that we spoke to him, and I really appreciate him coming to talk to us after something so horrific. But again, that just speaks to Andy and it was important to him, and he was like, I'm going to talk about it.
And that's the thing, that's another one, isn't it? He worked at the BBC, he was doing the mental health hour on a Sunday, which is how he got in touch with us in the first place in the A Different Human Design project. And then through losing friends to mental illness, he was like, nah, I need to do more.
I need to do more.
Yeah, so another example of somebody turning pain into purpose. Bit of a theme, this episode.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite a, strong themes throughout men's mental health, men's physical health, addiction, the struggles that men face. And I don't think one podcast episode is going to fix anything, but being able to highlight these instances and show these examples of greatness, because that's what we like doing, right? Being able to give you like examples.
Yes.
Here is a blueprint.
Yeah.
Whether you're a little more flamboyant you like pink hair? You've got Peter. Are you super into like the running, the getting up, the cold, the cold therapy or whatever? Contact Tom.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to make some music? Do you want to express yourself creatively? Then you've got Yasif, you've got these men are fantastic.
It's a really nice, well-rounded kind of group, isn't it?
Definitely. And like we said, if these people don't exist in your town, in your country, be that person. Go and find what that already exists and be that person.
Yeah, be the energy that you want to attract.
Yeah. And yeah.
So this episode is dedicated to all of those fabulous men out there. I want to shout Mark out from America as well. We've not had him pop into the chat for a while, so I hope you're all right, dude.
We love Mark. He supported us from early times. Our Michigan correspondent.
Yeah, indeed.
I hope you're well. Yeah.
And please hit like on this episode. I think it's so important that this episode doesn't fall under the radar, and that lots and lots of men get to watch it, and that the likes of Tom gets to see the examples of the other men, and Reese gets to see the examples of the others. There's connections to be made, and inspiration to be found from each other.
Definitely. And if you're next going to a boys' night at any time soon, as well as your beer and your poker and your video games, maybe you can ask everyone, how you doing? No, really.
How are you doing?
But until next week, this is Lindsay.
And this is Steph.
We're A Different Human Design.
And this is A Different Podcast. Good night.
Good night.
Why is it like this? Instead of hate, it should be love, we invite it. You don't agree, then you're the problem, now we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous. Why is it like this? Instead of hate, it should be love, we invite it. You don't agree,